Welcome back to yet another Helping Hotels tutorial. Today we'll talk about revenue management strategies and how to set it up. So this is a screen that you have of your rate plan settings in your property in the PMS. And when you create revenue management strategies, you basically would want to have a basic rate that you have created, and then on certain demand levels, you might want to increase the rate by default after you reach a certain occupancy level or demand level. So in this case, we have now created a daily rate, and we have already linked the PMS with the channel manager. We already set the rates inside the PMS that have linked what we call a daily rate with the channel manager. So now we're going to jump in to the channel manager and we'll go into inventory tab. And in the inventory tab, you'll see exactly the same rates that we have entered in the PMS is being pulled from the PMS into the channel manager. And in this case, we have connected channels. We have Helping Hotels, which is a direct booking page, and Airbnb. So what we want to do is create other levels under the base rate. We can call it base rate level 1, level 2, etc. Or you can name it anything. You can call it base rate based on a certain occupancy level for a specific room type. But in this case, what we're going to do is create the base level 1 to show you how it works. So now we're going to go in here, the room type, and create rate. We're going to name this rate base rate, rate level 1. And this base rate level 1 is derived from the normal base rate under the base rate room type. We're going to uncheck everything except for the rate so that we can edit that later. And with the rate, there will be an ability to set a modifier. And this we're going to do as an increase by percentage to make it easy. And by percentage, let's say 10% on level 1. And then we're going to have the meal type will be the same meal type as you have on the specific rate that you're deriving from, as well as the cancellation policy should be derived the same. So here now we have already created base rate level 1. We go back to inventory and I will show you the rest. So in order for this to be linked with anything, you need to create the rates in a rate plan, let's say booking.com or Agoda, that can be linked and mapped with the base rate level 1. So if you have 3 levels, let's say level 1 is additional 10%, level 2 an additional 20%, and level 3 can be an additional 25% on top of the base rate, then you'll have more, the list will be longer here. And if all of them are mapped, so in this case, we're going to map this with our own channel, Helping Hotels, but the same principle is for each other channel that you have, whether it's booking.com or Agoda, etc. So you go into mapping and you make sure that you created those rate plans inside the OTA that you have. In this case, we're going to map this with our direct channel to make sure it's all visible. After it's mapped, we have to make sure if we don't want to sell both rates at the same time, we might want to stop sell on the rates that we are not actually selling. So in order to do that, we go in and we scroll down on the stop sell, and we now see that we have the base rate and we have the base rate level 1. So start with stop sell, the one rate that you are most likely not going to sell very often, and that is the level 1, 2, and 3 that you may add. So in this case, we have level 1, and we're going to take and close level 1 everywhere. So now the base rate is the one that's always going to show available. So now here we have closed base rate level 1. So let's say one day when we have high demand on number 19, we feel there's a high demand on that particular day, then we click to close that one on that specific day. So now stop sell is active on the normal base rate, but we want to make it available so that we do not have stop sale on the day that we want to use rate level 1 and save. Once this is done, now the rate will be 5,500 in this case with a 10% increase based on level 1, and the base rate level 0 base rate at 5,000 is not available on the channels that you have mapped already.